Yo, what's up guys? Welcome back to my channel. My name is David Hanlon, aka the Laptop Legend, and today was another amazing day in the OTC market. I made $8,500 today. Just incredible. Now, July is officially my best month of all time, passing February's 80,000 something in profits. So now in July, I'm like 80,200. I'll go over that in just a second, but just amazing opportunities out there. And I want to go over some of the ways that I made those $8,500 today, because some of these plays were really great setups. And you know, if you're prepared for stuff like this, you'll be able to make, you know, similar amounts to this at some point if you can continuously do this. And as well, there are some key stocks that I'm going to be watching that I traded today. I'm going to be watching them tomorrow because I really think they're going to keep doing the same things, if that makes sense. So hopefully you find this video helpful. If you do, smash the like button, comment down below. Anything, dolphins, potato chips, you know, whatever you feel like. And I'll see you guys on the other side in my laptop. All right, guys, so I'm here on my laptop, and this is this month so far. I showed this, you know, in my last video, but it's just amazing that, you know, when the opportunities are there, it's so much easier to make money than when they're not. So you can see today, I made more money, I think, than all of these days combined. If I do equals sum, and I go this through this, that's only 7,597. So I made more than Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday last week just today. So pretty epic, off to a great start. And you can see this month is 80,287. And this was February, $80,060. So I'm already past February. We still have 4 days left. If we have a week as hot as this week, I'll have my first 100K month. I really doubt it's this hot all week long, so I'm not expecting a 100K month, but you know, we should finish pretty nicely, and I'm looking forward to having a record-breaking month. So very exciting stuff. Now, some of the stocks that I want to go over, if you remember in my video yesterday, well, I guess I had two videos yesterday, but in the video where I talked about stocks yesterday, not just you know, how to track profits, I talked about this stock, and it's just some random, like, crazy, weird, pumped ticker. And this one went from, you know, $4.25 all the way up to $19, and then just completely dumped the rest of the day. Well, this morning, I was not paying attention to it, and it decided that it was going to rip over 100% straight out of the gate. So this thing ripped from, what is this? Ripped from 881 to a high of 1766. I mean, that is pretty darn impressive. I might have gotten a dip buy on the backside here, but I totally missed this move. Completely missed it. And unfortunately, on Schwab, there's no shares to short of this stock. On Fidelity, there are. So shout out to the guys in the Discord who were able to short this on Fidelity. I was not able to short this on Schwab. I missed this run up. But it's just, it goes to show that, like, when you have stocks like this, that make a crazy move and then come down a lot, like, you should always be looking for a bounce the next day, because I've seen this chart so many times repeated. So honestly, it's on me not looking at this chart, because that was just a really, really stupid move. Now, something that I want to go over is this chart right here. And this is the best chart of the day. And can you guys guess where they had a tweet? Can you guess? If you weren't trading this today, well, let me make it real easy for you. The tweet came out right about here, right where that huge spike in volume came in. And I alerted this in the Discord, and I tried to buy as many shares as I could possibly get my hands on. Let me go to my exact order here. Yeah, so I tried, straight off the bat, I tried to buy 500,000 shares at 9:42 a.m. and I ended up getting filled only 351,327 shares at 0.0181. And if you look at this, that is right here. So you can imagine, man, I mean, that's pretty much just printing money. With 350,000 shares, every tenth of a penny is $350. So this thing went on a nice rip, and that's part of what got me to the nice profits on the day. I definitely sold too soon, and then I rebought, and then resold, and then rebought and resold. So I didn't hold all my shares all the way up there, but it was just a really, really nice trade. And it makes sense that this was such a great setup. And the reason for this was, if you go look at this run here, right, this thing had an insane run. You know, we remember, if we zoom in here, it was beaten down. They put out that great news about merging with Beltrix, the huge cryptocurrency platform. And this thing just shot through the roof. Next day went even higher, but then ended up closing red. Another day that went even higher, but then it faded down a lot. So today, I mean, it was pretty much at the low of the lowest of the low that it had been since it broke out on this one day. You know, it hadn't been this low since this first run, which is pretty amazing because when you get news on a stock that's really beaten down, it is perfectly primed to see a massive eruption. And this shows on this stock right here. Like if I go here, look, this stock is super beaten down. And then they come out with news and it spikes up really big. So when you get a catalyst that comes out right at like the bottom point, your risk to reward on these plays is so insanely good. I can't even put it into words, man. I can't even put it into words. So basically, they put out this tweet that said the reverse split, they were going to do a huge reverse split. Like, I don't know if it was like 10,000 to 1 or something, like one for 10,000 or something like that. That would basically just destroy the shareholder value. And it turns out that they canceled that. And they tweeted that out right here. And when I saw that, I knew that it was going to spike up big because that was part of the reason that there had been such a big pullback. Now, every time you get a stock that runs really far, it always pulls back. But the reverse split kind of hanging over people's heads, I think was another huge part of why this thing sold off so much. So when we got that news today, oh my gosh, it just absolutely ripped. I know a lot of people in the Discord made some huge bank on that. Shout out to Big Jeff for a record-breaking profit day, like $6,000 or something like that. Epic, man. So many people were banking on this. I just love it. These are my favorite types of plays, breaking news plays on a sold-off chart. Absolutely love it. So that was a great moneymaker. The weird one today was PBYA. So this one, they had some news about a deal with Ford. You can see here. And typically when you get a penny stock that has a contract with a big, huge company like Ford or like Walmart or Google, whatever, typically, it goes on just an insane rip right out of the gate. But this one, it had a big gap up. You can see it tried to spike and then it failed. And it ended up just dying. And I kind of gave up on this thing, but it did end up grinding higher and higher and higher and higher. And then it came back and it had a really nice breakout of this 102 level right here. So it did break out past this level. So this is on high watch tomorrow because, that news with Ford is still a pretty good thing. So I'm going to be watching this one and seeing if it can continue into tomorrow. This is definitely a big watch for me, just in terms of going long. I think there's going to be some great opportunities long on this stock. So I'm definitely looking forward to that. Now, another stock, an old friend, is DPLS. And if you go look at this chart here, guys, this 10.5 was super important support. It had bounced off 11 before, it had wicked a lot, but this 10.5 area right here, it had not gone under there this entire run. So when it broke that, I knew it was going to be an epic short. That was the important support level. You can see 10.5 right here. As soon as it broke that, it just fell off a cliff. So I was short, pretty much full size when this thing started dumping here. And I made a lot shorting this thing. I made a lot shorting this thing. And it was really nice. And then I actually thought that it would have a nice bounce. I said probably up to 10 or 10.5, maybe even 11. I didn't think it would bounce that high. But it did. Unfortunately, I was busy with other plays. And this thing, it always surprises you how high it bounces. Like, even though I said it would bounce that high, I still didn't want to put my money on the line holding that long. So I did catch some of these bounces, but like nowhere near as much as I should have, which is, a little bit disappointing. And then I barely missed this short right here. I knew that would have been an epic short. I was trying to short on the ask, didn't get filled, and then they just, slammed it down. I easily could have shorted on the bid at like 11.1 or something like that, but oh well, is what it is. But I'm glad to see the volatility back in DPLS. This is what happens, man. You're on the backside of a supernova, it ends up fading down. We've seen all these charts before: GGII, AITX, ENZC, OZSC, HMBL. They all look the same, man. They all look the same. It's gonna fade off, and this is just what happens with these supernova charts. So, I don't know why people are holding and hoping. They think a government contract's coming that's gonna send this to $1 a share. It's not gonna happen, man. But I'm grateful for all the runs that have gone on with this thing, and I'm grateful for all the money that I've made on this stock. And, I'll keep watching it, see if there's any more plays on it. The last main stock that I want to talk to you guys about is this just strange stock, right? So BCAUY is one of those weird like 5-letter OTC tickers that's like expensive, right? Well, we found, and by we I mean Tran, shout out to Tran, he's the MVP of the Discord today, and I guess a lot of the time, but he found this stock, TCEHY. And if you look at this chart, it is so very strange. It's so very strange. So let me go time frame week. Maybe I'll go month. Time frame month. Just so you guys can see. This stock has been ripping for the last, I mean, since 2009. It's literally just gone straight up since then. And I don't think it's ever made a lower low, and it's always made a higher high. So it's pretty insane. So, I mean, it's honestly wild. I think someone looked it up and they said the valuation of this company, it's some Chinese company apparently, I think they said the valuation of this thing was like $55 billion, worth more than supposedly like Alibaba or something like that. I have no idea what this Tencent Holdings Limited is. Maybe it's some great company that I've never heard of. But I mean, this thing looks like the world's biggest and longest pump and dump in history. So had a really nice gap down today, and then had a really, really nice fade. And it came on my radar, I think where, like, I think not even till like 61. So it didn't come on my radar till it was like very choppy in this area. But there was still a lot more downside, and this thing ended up, that's a misprint right there, but this thing ended up fading off a lot. And it did have a little bit of a bounce into close. But I think tomorrow this could see some more continuation. And what's great about this is, number one, it's OTC, so no one big seller can like smack this thing and have the, you know, the bid and ask move $1 a share, $2 a share in half a second. Like, you can actually read the momentum changes. Now, sometimes it can be a little scammy, you know, a little manipulated level 2, but it definitely is a lot easier to get out before you get screwed with big size than it would be on a NASDAQ of a similar price, you know. And it's actually pretty slow moving, and it's actually fairly easy to read. And it's an expensive OTC, which means you can short with full size. You know, the 250 rule does not come into play like it would on a, you know, a 5-cent stock or something. So I was short, you know, $120,000 worth of this stock a lot of times. You know, I was shorting 2,000 shares at times when I was pretty convinced it was going to dump, which means that, you know, every penny is 20 bucks. So if it dumps 10 cents, that's 200 bucks. And, you know, it dumped a lot of 10 cents during the day. So I'm hoping there's more downside tomorrow. Maybe they bounce this thing back. I have no idea. But based on this, man, it really looks like it cracked a lot of supports here. Like, I really don't know where the next support is. I mean, I feel like there's still at least another, you know, maybe $5 a share downside, maybe $10. I mean, I feel like it could drop a lot. So, you know, I'm going to be watching this one very, very carefully, and hopefully making some more money on the short side. And I'm really a big fan of these random sketchy 5-letter tickers ending in Y. You know, I think there's a lot of money to be made. I have no idea why they run. I don't need to know why they run. I just need to take advantage of it. So I love this, love DPLS, love LCLP. Going to be watching PBYA tomorrow. Those are my main watches. I don't think there was really too much going on in the NASDAQ world. I guess EYEG spiked up a little bit in after hour. Oh my gosh, wow. All right, yeah, that's something I guess you guys probably want to be watching. Did that spike up to $9 already? $9.85? Oh my goodness. Yeah, that might be a big breakout there, guys. Keep this one on high watch if you like trading NASDAQs, but maybe it just, you know, gaps up and then just fades all day. You know, it could do that, so be on watch for short as well. But yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Hope you found it helpful. I'll see you guys in the next one. Until then, let's grow better together. Preguntar, bebé, dime por qué te mientes. No puedes esconder todo lo que tú por mí sientes.